say so right now until the truth comes out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. Say so right now, left alone, cried out. I gave you everything, and I gave you everything. don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time. And all the reasons that I cannot find. They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for.
Good evening, everyone on the Asia server. And tonight we are once again, as I always love to say, once again, in the professional tournament round 7. For those of you who have no idea what's going on, then you should be ashamed. But you should be here for a couple of streams already to get your rewards. So I'm not going to repeat that. So if you want to know more about professional tournament format, just pause the stream and read it through. Tonight the maps will be New Bay, Middleburg, Naval Frontier, and also Vineyards. And this is the timeline, and the overview is below. And there is only one game tonight. That is at 7. No second game. So this stream will be quite short. It will last for only an hour, and then I have to pretty much go and do something else. Tonight I will be following GB versus RN, so let's look at GB's roster. Berlin as the captain of the team. You also have Professor, Tokyo, Norwich, Ho Chi Minh, Doha, Seoul, Nairobi, Barcelona, and Monaco. RN will be going for Alpha as the captain of the team. We will also have the World, Apex Predator, Leon Genesis, Iron Brett Tank, Off Meeting Zero People, Floyd Kickshaw, Drabalo Mint Latte, No Diva, and Oswald. Badox has made the following predictions. They will predict RN 4-2 against GB, ID 3-4 against Feast, E7 4-2 against EA, and HLV to lose to Hove 3-4. Let's see if it's actually going to be the case. And once again, I'm the only one streaming tonight, and you see the NA stuff here. So yesterday NA has finished some of the games. Jokers, their perfect record to the professional tournament has been eliminated by MM as they lost to MM 2-4, which is a shock, to be honest with you. And MM is actually close to the top 4, 3-game wins. And if it's actually going to be the last day, I think MM lost to Pramo. So even though if they win against Ponda, they will still, and Pramo loses, they will still be in the 5th place because Pramo won against MM. But this is a double round robin series, so MM absolutely are close to the top 8, and that's actually generated the stuff for Asia server tonight. I mean, looking at the table so far, if today is the last day for the professionals tournament, then we know the top 4 teams, which will be E7, Feast, ID, and RN. I think GV and HLV have been quite disappointing so far, but they still have 8 more. Eight more games to go, so they can absolutely catch up, and you'll never know whether they will do a lot better than the next one. HLV will be facing Houghton, as you know, E7 versus EA, and also ID versus Feast. Currently, E7 still has their perfect record, and tonight they are looking to extend that against EA. Feast with 5 game wins at the moment, ID and RM 4 game wins. As you know, if you have the perfect record in the professional tournament, that doesn't mean you're going to do extremely well in the Blitz Asia Cup. As you remember, last year, Feast also has the perfect record in the professional tournament, and they finished 4th in the Blitz Asia Cup. So E7 cannot be complacent for now. They still have a long way to go, and they look very strong so far. So that's a positive, but they have to maintain that. Hopefully, they will be able to do so. And I think November, the first week of November, that will be some amazing games to watch, and we'll find out soon. Hello Nat, hello Capsule, thanks for joining. Hopefully more people will show up soon, and we will be going into the room. And apologize, I haven't really haven't really done my hair today, so that means it will look quite long. I'm going to let it down for now. I probably would do my hair for you, Seven, but I've woken up very late today, so pretty much have to have everything done in just under an hour. And that is most of the time is done for to generate the brackets, to generate the results for Thomas Peterson. But that has been done. That has gone out of the way. We can now focus on to the final few matches. Now, so far, no, Bramwell. That was Bramwell, not Thomas Peterson. So far, Madbox has been doing a decent job in guessing the results of the professional tournaments. Thomas Peterson is doing a terrible job. I think also due to EU server being very closely matched and also wildly unpredictable. Meanwhile, you have Bramwell has actually done a good job yesterday. So so it seems we have to refigure, or is it just normality that it's just that difficult to predict the results on the EU server. Actually, now we're going to be seeing what's going to happen tonight. 3 more minutes remaining, and we will get into the room. So I think with a lot of time now, we can play a game, isn't it? We will play a game, and let's go and let's play. Almost there. The M6 here. We're going to play some. Gonna play some ST1 for you then. Alrighty, we are now on Dynasty's Peril. Oh, SMP. Wait, is it? Aren't they from Scotland? Oh my gosh. So, is that oh my god. Did I oh, I hit. I think I definitely hit here. You didn't hit me, and I will be able to kill you. And that's how it works, isn't it? Oh gosh. No. They shot from behind by that light tank. And I did reverse side script, did I? Good. Oh my gosh. I think I think I just touched my touchpad, so that's why I misfired there. Oops. I have a feeling that my team could lose. The TDs are not in position, that's bad. No. The pain. Well, I think that was the pain, which didn't register that shot. Oh well. That didn't go really well, did it? Oh well, I tried. Hopefully I got damage. And I think that this tag, I think they pinged out. I feel sorry. Just not driving properly. Looks like an internet issue for me. Good. That's good mentality, strategy. You don't need rewards. You just want to see the stream. That's good. That's good for you. And there we go. We'll go into the street, the room, and then we'll get something. I thought I did some damage, but not a lot in the end. Hey, I got premium account, but I don't think that is going to be very helpful. We're now on to New Bay RN versus GV. RN's still looking to have 7 players in, but they have Neon Genesis and Oswald in the sub-smash, so if some players are not able to join into the room in time, these 2 players can go in. However, there are no... Okay, Alpha is here, the captain is here, so I think Alpha will assign both Neon Genesis and Oswald onto the subs bench, or onto the they can't assign spectators. Sorry. Hello, Maddox. How are you doing, Maddox? Thank you for joining my stream. Hopefully we'll have a good time. RM versus GV, some of the top level teams here. GV so far has underperformed, I have to say. GV can do a lot better, and they are technically a lot stronger. I mean, they were the champion of the winter season, and they were also the 3rd place in the summer season. So technically speaking, GV should be able to do really well this season. But so far they pretty much haven't been able to be informed, and I hope this is going to change soon. Last time when they faced against E7, they showed promising signs. Paradox. Oh my gosh! Now we are here for, let's say, what we call a jungle gameplay, but well, that is kind of a meme, or just we're just trying to reclaim this term, pretty much, just like how other communities reclaim the derogatory terms. We're going to reclaim the word jungle on the Asia server, yes, because this is no jungle. This is some high quality gameplay. RN, they come back really well, and they beat ID 4-1 despite losing to E704, and we saw cracks in RN setup and so on. Oh my gosh, I love that how people are now reclaiming the term jungle, and this is not a jungle, this is a city. We're talking about New York here. So New York is not a jungle. Unless we are talking about the aftermath of an apocalypse, but it seems it doesn't seem to be the case. We will have lots of people, lots of office workers watching from their windows, looking at both RN and GV fighting really hard in this match on New Bay. GV blue team on the north side with RN red team on the south side. I'm just double checking. I got everything correct, so that is brilliant. Ooh, the crowd, Keksho and No Diva spotted Brad. I also spotted, but already GV lost some hit points at the crossing Tokyo, but it's definitely not their fault. And it's also not the end of the world, because the hit points is still really close. I mean, we technically speaking, we have the world on the other team, so it's not the end of the world. I'm sorry, that's a terrible joke. Okay, forgive me about that, but definitely the world is still very healthy, so definitely not the end of the world. I have to stop making jokes like this. This is actually cringy, but anyway, GV has done a great job in chipping away hit points. So Alpha and now hit points are in favor of GV. So they're now pressing hard onto RN, and RN needs to stop dropping hit points, because at the moment, GV is leading by more than 1,000 hit points, and we might see Berlin making a big push, leading the charge in the mouse, but double tap into Berlin seems to have blocked Tokyo in the way for a little bit. Chochi is going in, but Berlin's really going into the way of Tokyo, and Tokyo is having a hard time, and RN might be able to capitalize on that, with now Monaco going in, and GV's the rest of the forces pushing into the forces. Oh, with Berlin being taken out now, this is going to be big. The hit point still neck and neck with Monaco now very low. Ploy Kickshaw trying to hide because he's a one-shot here, but looking at off meeting and the world, actually might be doing a great job against an up edge. But GV needs to hurry up with killing off these two tanks, Apex and also Alpha, and Monaco down to a one-shot. Ploy Kickshaw finally dead, but it cost him quite some time in doing so. Now the hit points in favor of R, and GV not very clinical here, and it's now 5 versus 6. The guns is still in. Oh no, it's not in advantage of GV anymore. Hoshime is now dead, and it's actually chaotic. Alpha is now dead. Very chaotic. Lorenz formula in full force. But with Monaco being taken out now, with the world also taken out, it's literally the end of the world. So we're now going to be seeing Tokyo now second out next. 3 versus 3. Hit points still in huge favor of RN at the moment, but off meeting people is getting isolated. Professor might be shot from behind, but will go into safety, looking to get off meeting 0 people out of the way. And it's now 3 versus 2, but No Diva is still full health, and GV, they have 3 tanks still remaining in the battlefield. So that can be important in the late game stages. Barcelona, oh, I think just a shot onto the carcass here. I think that was shooting onto Berlin. But that's not going to be helpful, isn't it? Thank you, Rolling Swarm, for this. Thank you for liking my stream. Thank you very much. We're seeing Professor going down, looking for Apex Predator, but this Apex Predator will not be a predator anymore, will be the prey for GV, leaving No Diva. The last person standing could only last for that long. And great shot from Nubbage onto No Diva. Hello, D-Tank. And now it's going to be 1 versus 3. GB. They would definitely fancy picking up a point tonight. And this is a good start for them. Great shot to No Diva. No Diva on fire and will be killed by GB. GB, great job in the last minute, focusing the isolated tanks of RN. RN, I think, got a bit ambitious as well, trying to pincer GB, but I think they couldn't quite consolidate in the end, and that was the main reason why they lost the hit point pool lead in the middle of the game. That being said, GB pressed RN hard. RN needs to avoid dropping too many hit points at the start, and GB needs to be a bit more clinical with the push. It seems we're seeing quite a lot of miscommunication with the push. In the end, it doesn't matter too much, but it could have cost GB the game. And now we're going to be seeing RN versus GB. GB 1-0 for RN. GB 1-0 to RN. Oh, thank you, Gopa. Thank you. Thank you, Rolling Swarm, for the compliment. Okay, now we're going to be seeing RN going with triple AMX50B by Alpha, Iron Bread Tank and No Diva, double mouse by Off Meeting and The World, double M60Os by Apex Predator and also Ploy Kickshaw going with GB with double mouse by Berlin and Norwich, double IS7 by Barcelona and Monaco, and Ho Chi Minh in the M60O alongside Tokyo, and here we go, back on New Bay. On the subs bench, we have Neo Genesis and Oswald. Once again, you cannot assign spectators to the matches. So, GV, can they oust RN tonight? Although the top 4 clans we are seeing so far, ID, RN, GV, Feast, and also E7, are going to be firmly rooted in the top 8. But it's a double round robin, so GB would like to pick up the momentum now and make the Asia top 4 a lot closer now, because I believe Asia top 4 is really close. It's probably a concrete jungle. Yes, it's a concrete jungle. You're right about this. Yes, I believe Asia top 4 is really close, but we haven't seen that so far. Maybe the teams are just having a slow start, but which happens from time to time. It matters the most at the end, to be honest with you. And we're seeing Off Meeting this time dropping some hit points to World as well. GB actually doing a better job with that. Is that actually going to be the North Swan being the less advantageous spot here, or spawn here? Whereas we were seeing the North Swan taking some hits while crossing. But we might be seeing a big push coming in from RN's AMX50B soon. Let's look at Alpha. Nubbage is actually going to be isolated by 3 tanks, but at the same time, GV could make a big push over to the tanks here now. Off Meeting dropping down, and I think getting stuff for a brief moment. Our end, I think, is falling apart at this point, at this area we are seeing here. But GB seems to have to go for a really long distance to get these 3 tanks out, so this precious time that our end has fought for might be very important for the AMX50Bs and also the mouse to rotate back upwards and to get GV's tanks out of the game. And this can be important here with GV now. Professor's going to be not going to be long for this world, and Berlin is going to be pushed downwards by Tokyo, and Tokyo just landing on top of Berlin for a brief moment, but Professor is going to be dead. My goodness me, RN with 2 tanks, Ploy Kickshaw now dead, Apex Predator now dead. It's now going to be a 5 versus 5. Hitbone still neck and neck, but Off Meeting's not going to be long for this world. And Barcelona, great cross shots from No Diva and also the world. Barcelona needs to stay safe, but Tokyo will be taken out. But let's look at Iron Bread Tank for now. Crossing receives a double tap, but RGB doesn't want to risk using AC shells there. But it was a bounce through Iron Bread Tank and looking to get that shell onto Barcelona. And it will be the case, but it could have been enough to kill Barcelona. But that bounce prove to be monumental. The world is going to drop down and up. Oh, oops. Landing a bit awkwardly. And great shot onto Berlin, but it seems. Let's see about No Diva in that 50B or Go Diva. Go Diva. Sorry, it's a terrible joke. With Iron Red now dead, and is on fire while trying to kill off Barcelona GV. Only 2 tanks remaining, but great. Oh, and they're trying to get Monaco out of the way. Now down to 1 shot, and both 50Bs are on a drone reload. So if they can kill off No Diva here, that could be a big here. And Berlin gets a ram kill onto No Diva. Alpha's almost fully reloaded. He cannot fluff his shells onto Monaco, and no, he didn't. Alpha bounced onto Berlin, but Berlin's showing the frontal armor to Alpha. But the world, great shot onto Berlin. Now it's going to be of 2 versus 1. RN looking very likely to get the win here. And Rolling Stone saying loving the pink side strip. I don't know why there's a pink building all the time, but it seems Wargaming is not bothered to fix that. And here we go. RN 1-1. Yes, I agree with you, Maddox. RM Mouses are out of the fight for way too long, and I mean, they were trying to flank from behind, but it took them quite long to get into the fight of GV. GV kind of have the numerical advantage, and RM, despite having the hit point advantage, they had to fight really hard to win that one. So I think RM this time, what they've done really well, those 50Bs working together very well, and they didn't lose too many hit points. And I really like how RM did back to the spawn when GV, because that mouse of Nubbage got rushed, GV made the right call to push into the bridge, beyond the bridge and to the RM spawn. But what RM did really well there was they pulled backwards, they pulled towards the AMX-50B's forces, and it allowed GV to go a really long distance to get those tanks out of the way. And that meant that the 50Bs with decent mobility was able to come back into the battle quickly enough. So that is some amazing gameplay from RM. It's not a bad battle from GV by any standards. Like, they have done what they should in order to make this battle close, but the 50Bs from RN definitely worked so well together, and we are now on to Middelburg. It's going to be really close, which is really good to see. RN now 1-1 to GV. Yes. Looking at Middelburg, we're seeing triple M60s by Alpha, Brett, Tiger, Point, Picture, No Diva, Ice, Oswald, Vickers Light, Double Bounce. Off meeting at the World, and GV will see what tanks they're going to be taking next. Yes, no IS4. IS4 just IS4 should F off from tournaments entirely. But we are seeing No Diva taking an IS4, so I think GV will win because of that. Just joking. I think it's not that obvious, but Professor in the 50B, Barcelona E100, double M60 by Ho Chi Minh and Tokyo, Nutlage, Berlin, double mouse, Monaco, T22. Oswald will be sporting in the Vegas Light. All got Tokyo and Professor spotted, and they're going uphill, and also Ho Chi Minh spotted. So that means Aaron knows that there are at least 3 tanks going up C, but I don't think they have spotted Monaco so far. Let's look at Monaco. Monaco is spotted now, spotted up Oswald, spotted up Alpha as well, and will be pulling backwards and knocking down all the trees, and the birds won't be happy about that. Deforestation. Monaco is contributing to global warming, and we are not going to condone that. A is going to be captured by RN soon, but B has been captured by GV first, so the cap points are in favor of GV. Right, so let's see what's going to happen next. Nutbish took a hit from RN. RN so far does not. I mean, it's quite ambiguous. Do I use a plural or do I use singular for this? Because sometimes as a group you might use a singular verb, or you might use a plural verb. I don't know why I'm digressing way too much here, but it's kind of confusing to me. I know that if it's the group, if they are acting as if they are acting individually, then use a plural, and if they are acting as an entity, as a single entity, then use a singular. So I would say, for now, our end are acting individually, so we will use plural for now. Professor takes a hit from No Diva, and our end's pulling backwards. With our end getting C as well, they would now have the cap lead, and they would need to absorb the pressure. GB looking to line up, stack up near C. But it seems GRN is getting a bit ambitious here. Those double bows looking to get B as well. So GV absolutely in dire trouble. They might want to get C now, but it's not going to be that important because RN looking to get B as well, and Nubbish is forced to pull backwards. Great shot from the world onto Nubbish, and Nubbish is in deep trouble. But those bouncers aren't in out in the open, so GB can't really put shots. And great shot to Berlin driving downwards, but could get into crossfire from RN, with C being captured by GB because RN got B. RN will still have to hit the cap point advantage. And RN is now pushing the line a little bit. RN is really playing aggressively here. With GB still with the hit point advantage, RN needs to get their shots in, and they need to get a focus fire as well. GB could line up for a push very soon, but Iron Brett is getting taken out now. GB will get really aggressive. Probably kick short could be in deep trouble, and No Diva has to get out of the way. But at the same time, we're seeing Oswald and the double outs is looking for Berlin, looking to get Berlin out of the fight. But with No Diva also dead, Berlin is still alive. The Mouses cannot afford to bounce, but it's going to be the case. Off meeting is now dead. Has killed off Berlin. Monaco driving into B, into A, potentially trying to get a cap stop on A as well. But B will be getting the attention from our end. Nubbage almost stole B here, with Oswald looking to get Nubbage out of the way. Off meeting 0 people now dead. They put points still neck and neck here. The cap points is stopped by GB. They will need Nubbage out of the fight. Oswald will be looking to get that tank out of the way. Alpha is now dead, so it's now 3 versus 5. The hit puts in huge favor of GB. And also, they got 2 caps as well. Professor's now dead. RN's really struggling to hold, but there is still a chance for RN. Very slim chance here. They just need to get the tanks out of the way. They hope that they can stay alive. Oswald drive around circling Tokyo, but I think that would not be a good idea, and Oswald's now KO'd. GB looking very close to securing victory here. The world now dead under the hands of GB. This is certainly going to be GB here. 995 cap points, and they got 8 captured as well. 1000. What a close match it was. RM versus GB. GB got another win here. There we go. RN 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and GB 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Well done to GB here. I think RM went a bit too ambitious in the end, and I think, yeah, they got AB, but the C side there, they looked a bit, they didn't look quite solid. They allowed GB to kind of pincer, isolate tanks, and so on and so forth. Which meant that GB was able to retain the lead for pretty much a good amount of time. Sagittarius. Is this the grand finals? This is not the grand finals, but this looks like a grand final to me, so that's a great thing to see. So I'll take that as a compliment to see those games have been really close. And GB, I think GB will feel the pressure too, because they really needed to pick up a point, and they're doing so far so good against RN here. Yes, the graphics is ugly, but if I up the graphics, then it will lag so bad that it will that the stream quality will suffer. Let's go in RN versus GV. Here we go. RN looking for double IS4, a crown, double M60 mouse, and a Vickers light. On the other hand, GV going with an AMX50B E100 i7 M60s, a mouse, and a T22. So we will be seeing RN this time going mostly to the hillside. And let's see, Oswald looking to get up here, and it's going to be successful. Yes. RN doing this move once again, but GV going mostly to AB. Oh, not entirely sure if it's a good choice from GV. Oh, Ho Chi Minh is spotted. Great shot from Oswald. Ho Chi Minh. Oswald, will he take a shot? Will he take a shot from Ho Chi Minh? Will not be the case. He will be captured by GV, but GV going to city side. That can be a problem because if you go to the city side. City side is hard to defend because of B. B is pretty close to hillside and it's very enclosed as well. It's really hard to defend and really hard to get your cross shots in. With C being captured by RN, all RN needs to do at this point is to get a really good two flank push from both sides. And this is what usually teams do, and maybe some tanks over to the middle area to kind of support which side is actually having the advantage at the moment. Yes, everyone's playing on the phone. And you can't use emanators because that will be against the rules. We're looking at Oswald, looking to get spots from behind, knocking down the trees. Great job to Oswald, putting shots into Ho Chi Minh. And we also see Berlin taking some more hits here, using the speed boost, but I think that speed boost might be useless here. RN's holding near B, which is not allowing GV to get B at all. The hit points are in huge favor of RN at the moment, but that could still change. RN needs to make sure they don't drop too many hit points, but we might see GV looking to make a counter push onto RN. RN's forces near GV spawn, but it seems they are not successful in doing so. Off meeting could put shots into whoever's trying to support Monaco here. So I think RN now making a counter push. Berlin is now really low. So I think Ploy Kickshaw has a good idea, looking to get Berlin out of the way, but it's no Diva doing the job instead. So Ploy Kickshaw is forced to rotate his tank a little bit. But we can see GV looking to get shots into no Diva. No, Ploy Kickshaw, and took some hits already. But off meeting tried to cross, but also took some hits. But it seems RN playing really cleverly near the GV spawn, so this is really close to call still. GV with the hit point disadvantage, but Alpha's now down to one shot, so on the other side near B, it's a big fight happening right now. Off meeting took a big hit from Barcelona, and we're now seeing Barcelona down to a two-shot potentially. Ploy Kickshaw on the drum reload. Professor's trying to come in to get Ploy Kickshaw all out of the way, but Ploy Kickshaw is not a clipper, so I'm not sure why I'm saying it's a clipper on the drum reload. It's not on the drum reload. Barcelona is now dead. Alpha is now dead, so we're going to be seeing Nutmage going to be taken out soon. It's now 6 versus 5 with Nutmage now being killed, Professor now being killed, Ploy Kickshaw now being killed, Tokyo now being killed. We are seeing 4 tanks being killed within 5 seconds. So now 5 versus 2. This is looking very strong. 4 hours right now. Monaco now getting chased by Oswald. And it will definitely be RN 2 caps and also 995 cap points. 1000 cap points. Can they kill off Monaco? Monaco is spared for another day. Well done to RN. Now it's 2-2. Well done. RN, 5 tanks doing more than 2k, and GV, 1 tank doing more than 2k. And now we are on to Naval Frontier, and I think this is the problem of going committing most of your tanks into City or Middleburg. It really seldom works. It really forces you to fight a two-front war, and you definitely don't want to fight a two-front war, as you know what happened in World Wars. Two-front war is probably the most difficult to do so, and you have to either break through on one end, but GV can't seem to do that. They are simply in control of the entire situation of the two-front war they have produced, and they chip away a lot of hit points of GV as well. It's just too hard to do so, and GV lost that one. And I would like to say once again, don't send 7 tanks over to AB. It really it really seldom works. Unless you making a big push onto B, then sometimes you can take a tank out of the way. But still, the problem persists. It's just too difficult to defend City on Middleburg. Oops. Oops. GV being GV. they love to make things close. They love to bring things close. But yes, RN going with quadruple I7s, double M60s, a mouse, GV, double I7s, double M60s, a Vickers Light, a 50V, and a mouse. RN loves Crown, it seems. Potentially, yes. And I think also some teams would like to take Crowns, depending on which enemy they have. Because some enemies are just very hesitant with the rotations and push, and if they want to go for a more defensive strategy, actually Crown Bargains could work really well to punish whoever's trying to be very defensive. No, whoever's trying to be too hesitant. But I digress. R is not taking any Crown Bargains this time, with GV going mostly to A, and also Monaco getting the spots up. The ratio onto the world here by Monaco, spoiling up 3 or 4 tanks even. With GV knowing that RN is going to commit most of the forces over to C, they can be aggressive over to A, and they will get a cap on A first. So that means cap on advantage to GV, and RN is just going to make a bay push through the bridge. I did that before, and it doesn't really work, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure if it's going to work here. But Monaco definitely gets the idea, will run away immediately, and you're seeing No Diva took some hits here, and Ho Chi Minh trying to push shot into ploy kick shot. It didn't really help here. And with both A and B now captured, RN. Let's look at Alpha here in the M60. Apex took a hit here, and with off-meeting 0 people looking to get even more aggressive here. Great shot to Tokyo, and off-meeting only took 200 hit points here. And we're seeing I7 still holding here. Held down. They're looking to get Tokyo potentially. We're switching to No Diva for now. Off-meeting, great shot into Tokyo. But looking at ploy kick shot, trying to go deep into Professor, bouncing some shots. That's going to be really great, important here. Ploy kick shot looking to get Professor out of the way, but Professor might be going out in the open. So, he's taking some shots here. Great shot by ploy kick shot. I would have gambled to use an HE shell here. But Professor is taking more hits. Can Professor land the entire clip onto ploy kick shot? 1 versus 1. Great shot into Professor, looking at RN. Deleting Professor. We're looking at Tokyo potentially next time down, but hit points are still in favor of GV at the moment, and Apex Predator could be taken out. Tokyo needs to be taken out of the battle now, down to 1 shot. RN, the focus fire is coming into play now. 2 guns of advantage for RN. Now going to be ploy kick shot and off beating, looking for Barcelona next. RM really working the focus fire nicely, and also they were doing a fabulous job at getting the isolated tanks out of the way. But the world is killed. Iron Rat tank still full health, and Nubbish is now dead. But GV got all 3 caps, so RM must absolutely hurry up in getting all the kills. And the hit points are still in favor of it's in favor of RN now. But oh my goodness, Alpha got taken out by fire, and GV will speed through to get 1,000 cap points. RN unable to get the win by killing all 7 tanks. I think they just lost all the caps here. They just abandoned all the caps, and they were not quick enough in getting the kills. And sadly, GV playing with all caps. RN ignored all 3 caps. Now GV 3-2. We're now on to match point for GV. 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and RN 2 tanks doing more than 2k. GV, I think they're now going to be back. They're now going to be back in contention for top 4, and they will look to secure an important point against RN here. Okay, so RN, we're going to have a double IS4, a double M60, a Vickers Light, a Kron, and a VK. GV on the other hand going for a double IS7, a double M60, a Vickers Light, a Mouse, and 50B. Okay, so round a minute to go. Will GV pick up an important point against RN on Neighbor Frontier, or will we go to a tiebreaker? Let's also check the results of other groups. Of other teams, and we're seeing E7 getting an important point. Now, still, well, they haven't got an important point because they only have 6 for now. They're still playing against EA, so that means the games are going to be close. Feast 4-0 against Team ID, and how about HLV versus Ho? HLV 4-0 to Ho. So Ho, despite playing really well yesterday, once again they were suffering. And I feel sorry for them because, yeah, Ho is really punching their way up in the top 8, but it seems to be really difficult for them, and they are struggling really hard. And I mean, currently Ho still with 1 game win, but only 9. With 9 match wins here. Our red team from the south spawn, GV blue team from the north spawn. Looking at this, we are seeing GV going mostly to C, and Oswald spotted, and we'll spot Monaco here, the Vickers Light, and there we go. We could see GV's forces, the 50Bs. The M60, oh, Oswald getting shot once. And RN, the M60Os. Nubitch spotted. Oh, no even took a hit while crossing. Monaco could put another shell, but I don't think that will be possible. And we're now seeing, once again, Apex Predator looking to get A, but Catlets with GV right now. Nubitch took a hit, and hit points neck and neck. With A captured now. Apex Predator, great shot into Nutfish. Nutfish took a double tap. That means now RN has the hit point pool lead, and it seems GB are stacked up near their spawn. I don't think a lot of tags were spotted, so RN doesn't know this. Apex took a hit from Professor. Has to be really careful. Great shot into Professor from Apex Predator. Now Monaco looking to go into the bush to get spots up, but the world. Absolutely, they're still really healthy. The VK, oh, took an HE shell from Barcelona. That's a bit painful. That's a bit of a high roll as an HE splash here. The world looking to put that shell onto Berlin, and it is successful. RN getting the shots in, but Apex Predator took a hit, and No Diva also took a hit. Oh dear, Tokyo will put the entire clip into No Diva now. Hit points are back in favor of GB. They also have the cap lead, so that means pressure onto RN now. They're looking to get into Berlin, but the world bounces onto Berlin. With Poi Kickshaw looking to get shots into Barcelona, but it's a track shot, however. And Poi Kickshaw will get another shot onto Barcelona, but we are seeing the world coming from behind, looking to get Barcelona out of the way. I think it's going to be a 2 versus 1 here, so that means Brett is tasked to get Berlin out of the way, so that's good. Focus fire allocation from RN right here, with Barcelona being taken out, Apex Predator taken out, so it's going to be a GB pushing near A. With No Diva going to be taken out soon. 6 versus 6 is still anyone's game to call for now. Berlin will be taken out by the world here. But for some reason, No Diva is able to stay alive as long as he could, but GV got B, so once again, GV has the cap point advantage with Alpha here, looking to put shots onto Nutfish, and that's really good. Alpha looking to put another shot into Nutfish, and Nara is doing really good at the moment. 5 versus 5, but GV definitely feeling the pressure. They have 2 caps. They still have a tiny little hit point pool lead. And our end definitely trying to get their positions. Notch now down to 1 shot. The world rushing into B, and we'll be looking to get the Notch out of the fight. And it will be the case, but at the same time, Professor kills off the worlds. So that meant that GV now has a substantial hit point pool advantage, and this is looking pretty much like GV win here. RN rushing onto Tokyo, Ploy shot down to 1 shot, and Ho Chi Minh is stuck there. So they are not focusing onto Ho Chi Minh for now. Ho Chi Minh is not the main problem for RN at the moment. But Monaco kills off Ploy Kickshot, and Ho Chi Minh is still stuck right here. But GV with 2 caps still, they would need to get Professor out of the way first. And can they do so? And Ho Chi Minh is still stuck. Unfortunately, will be pretty much out of the fight. But can they get the cap lead back? Iron Bread Tank, still really healthy, will be going for B. And Ho Chi Minh looking to push shots onto Oswald. It will not be successful, however. I like that how RN is now ignoring Ho Chi Minh entirely. But with Professor now dead, that meant that Ho Chi Minh is the last person standing at this game. Flipping all the time. Like, at one point you think that GV would win. At another point you think RN would win as well. But this time, it's going to be RN. They will bring it to a tiebreaker there, and Ho Chi Minh will regret rushing down and getting stuck there, putting a great show to Iron Bread Tank, however, but this is going to be over for GV. 3-3 now. We are on to a tiebreaker. This is agonizingly close. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in a tiebreaker. 3-3. RN versus GV. GV really close to securing a point. And it's a really important match for GV. They really need to get closer to the top 4, and they are very close to get there. They have 2 tanks doing more than 2k, but RN 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Ho Chi Minh getting stuck there changed everything pretty much. And if Ho Chi Minh didn't get stuck, it could have been RN's win. Now we're on to Vineyards. It's a totally different map that we saw previously. It's a much more open map. And it's going to be really good for crossfire and so on. And you would think RN would benefit on Vineyards, but we would never know. But GV could also do really well on Vineyards, so this is going to be really close. Now that RN survives probably the less advantageous maps. We know RN doesn't like heavy maps, and they're now onto a map that is probably going to favor them. So we'll see. Vineyards, RN versus GV. Okay, looking at E7 versus EA. 4-2 for E7. So E7 picked up another point, continuing their perfect record to the professionals tournament. Oh, Adita, you need to enable your targeting cookies. You need to enable your targeting cookies. That's the reason why it's showing a gray screen for you. So that means we are the only match that is still happening at the moment. The reason why you're getting gray screens is because you did not enable your targeting cookies. If you enable your targeting cookies, you should be able to see something. RN, red team, from the north spawn. That is really weird. And GV blue team from the south spawn. Thank you, Australian Tank. I think that's Spartan for the donation. We are seeing tiebreaker Oswald. Oh dear, I think this can go really bad. Monaco's trying to get B, but GV. Okay, I think let's just press exit to garage, and we don't want to see that. That's just going to get really bad for now. But Oswald doing a great job in resetting Monaco, but Oswald will not be happy about what is going to happen next. Oh no, bye Oswald. So far, GB they saw it coming. I think they saw it coming, but RN's not going to hesitate any longer. They want Nobbish out of the fight, so Hitboys are still neck and neck with no diva. Oh, Monaco getting killed while trying to run away. Nobbish. It's going to be under fire from No Diva. Great shot from No Diva to not edge, but the focus from GB was so really good. Unfortunately, now they're on a low ground. That man Aaron could farm from above, and that could be a problem here. If Aaron can stay at the high ground, with Tokyo now being killed, I think GB could be in trouble here now. Nubbish now very low. 5 versus 5. RN. Still very close in hit points, but they're steadily losing the high ground because GB seems to be making a push near B, but Professor getting double tapped from Alpha, and also Ironbretta now down to a one-shot with Barcelona coming in. Great shot to Ironbretta is still really close to call, but Professor is now dead. It's now 5 versus 3. This is looking like RN's game, I would say, and GB with Alpha, great shot into Barcelona and looking to get another shot into Barcelona as well. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. We will have to tell Wargame about this. The World and the Witch are both dead. Hoshimi now dead. It's now 3 versus 2. GV still really close in hit points, but do they still stand a chance here? Barcelona's down to a one shot. Will be killed by Alpha, now 1 versus 3. Berlin. Down to 1,256 hit points. I think this is over for GB. GB will not get a point tonight in the leaderboard, and Berlin 345 killed. Well done to RN, and they will take an important point away from GV. I think despite losing that bad chat very quickly at the start, RN did a great move, did a prompt response, making a push in the middle. Monaco also lost so many hit points while trying to run away, and Darius' tank in the middle was very isolated. And despite GB being very ruthless in those 2 kills, they unfortunately put themselves in on the low ground, and Aaron was able to farm from above, and that was the turning point for me. And that's pretty much sealed the deal for Aaron and condemn GB to their grave. And well done to RN, and it's going to be 4-3. For RN. Unfortunate events, said Maddox here. Hello, Sponge, how are you doing? Ah, interesting. Barton donated says, "Go GB, do the funny." Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, here we are. The leaderboard's now looking like this. GB, they were very close to getting a point, to getting 2 game wins. Unfortunately, they will not get one here tonight so far. So that means top 4 will be E7 Feast, RN, and ID. There is still the second stage to go. The second stage, we're seeing we're going to be seeing some great matches as always. GB and EA very close. EA, I mean, despite winning 16 matches, only managed to get 1 game. So they were very close. They are very close to getting another game win. So I think the leaderboard so far is pretty deceiving, and I do think the exciting matches will come thereafter. So that means now that means it's going to be done for tonight, and we will see you all 3 days later. I think 2 days later, I would not be here streaming. I hope that will be streamed by Nubita. We just have to confirm from Nubita. Maybe just pester him to confirm with him whether he's going to follow the Asia server for October 6th. Other than that, it's been me, Wildwood's helper. Unfortunately, I have lessons on October 6th, so that is why I can't stream on that day. For now, it's been a huge pleasure following the Asia server, and we're going to be seeing another close games and another close fight in the last 4 days, and after that, freedom for me, and I can focus back onto the university stuff. So thank you all for watching, and I will also keep the stream running for now, and I'll be analyzing a match. And let's go for Middleburg. Where I think GB, I think Middleburg's first game. I think that was worth watching. Yeah. Tanner, first time. F for Oswald. Okay, so far, oh, Bad Box got everything right. Got all the outcomes right. Oh, even got well, no. Ho didn't win against HLV. But E7 won against EA. And that's some quick reaction from our end. I agree with you, Mad Dogs. I'm now confusing Mad Dogs with Mad Box. So, that was a fair. I thoroughly enjoyed the matches tonight. They were very exciting to watch, I have to say. Unfortunately, that has to be the end of me. Yes, I agree with that. The reaction from the reaction of the Bat Chat is worth watching. The reaction of RN after losing Bat Chat is worth watching again. It's really good. Amazing stuff from both teams, I agree. RN now reminds me of E7. They learned from E7 because they lost to 0-4. They absorbed what E7 has done really well, and they applied their team GB to their grave. And well done to RN. Yeah, I do feel for GB. Ho Chi Minh, I think Ho Chi Minh pretty much lost the game for GB. GB would not pick up a precious point tonight. And GB, I think, watch out for GB for the second round. I think they will make a big comeback there, and I think HLV very close to the top 4 now. Asia server, the top 4 fight is now on. They're off to a slow start, but I think things will heat up in the next few matches. Thank you, Sponge, to be here. Yeah, we should be proud of GB. They've put up a huge fight. They put up a great fight. And that's now Here we go. Let's analyze this. Obvious, but Professor in the 50B, Barcelona E100, double M60 by Ho Chi Minh and Tokyo, Nutledge, Berlin, double mouse, Monaco T22. Oswald will be spotting in the Vegas light. All got Tokyo and Professor spotted, and they're going uphill, and also Ho Chi Minh spotted. So that means Aaron knows that there are at least 3 tanks going up C, but I don't think they have spotted Monaco so far. Let's look at Monaco. Monaco is spotted now, spotted up Oswald. Knocking down on the tree, so that's not good. But anyway, Monaco is spotted, so knocking down on the trees would not do anything bad. At least it's going to contribute to the global warming, as I said in this one, to the world tank splits world. There we go. Spot up Alpha as well, and we'll be pulling backwards and knocking down all the trees, and the birds won't be happy about that. Deforestation. Monaco is contributing to global warming, and we are not going to condone that. A is going to be captured by RN soon, but B has been captured by GB first, so the capos are in favor of GB. Also, what can you do in this situation? You can try your hand on C. I don't think they know there are a lot of tanks near B, but you can try both A, B, and C. You have to get a bit aggressive. If you can't do so, then you need to be ready for a big push, for decisive push. That is usually what teams do, I think. Right, so let's see what's going to happen next. Nutledge took a hit from RN. RN so far does not. I mean, it's quite ambiguous. Do I use? A bit surprised that GB do not have tanks to reset No Diva here. I mean, Tokyo might be in position, but Ho Chi Minh also might be in position, but they really need to get a shot. Plural, do I use singular? And No Diva is not spotted, which is actually surprising to me, given that how close No Diva is with the GV's forces. For this, because sometimes as a group you might use a singular verb, or you might use a plural verb. I don't know why I'm digressing way too much here, but it's kind of confusing. And I mean, No Diva got this cap unspotted, very surprising. But that is going to give RN the cap lead soon. And that will change to me. I know that if it's the group, if they are acting as Bardox, this is why you shouldn't use your my name as a bot. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Individually, they use a plural, and if they are acting as an entity, as a single entity, then use a singular. So I would say, for now, RN are acting individually, so we will use plural for now. Professor takes a hit from No Diva, and RN's pulling backwards. With RN getting C as well, they would now have the cap lead, and they would need to absorb the pressure. GB looking to line up, stack up near C. But it seems RN is getting a bit ambitious here. I do think like RN being that ambitious is kind of interesting. They don't have to do that. They have the cap lead. All they need to do is just defend and allow GB to make a move. I mean, the bouncers, they double bounce. Maybe RN knows that they might be in trouble if they get pushed near C. And they're also not defending in a nice setup. It's a stratified formation there, so the tank could get isolated quite easily. So if the double mouse wanting to go for Nutledge, I don't know. I think this is an ambitious. It could work. It could either work really well or could backfire horribly, and that will depend on how C is done. But also RN's try to pull backwards, so they don't have the numerical advantage. So that means they are predicting GB to get C, and if they can get B, they will still retain the cap lead. So I think, all in all, I think RN have thought this out, and I think that in the end will be a good move for them. Double bounce. Look. I'm just gonna see if I can unmute D-Tank. Yeah, I can't do that. Sorry. Yeah, I can't unput someone out of timeout. Looking to get B as well, so GV absolutely in dire trouble. They might want to get C now, but it's not going to be that important because RN looking to get B as well, and Nubbish is forced to pull backwards. Great shot from the world onto Nubbish, and Nubbish is in deep trouble. But those mouses aren't in out in the open, so GB. I'm not really sure why Berlin's going down there, because pretty much it's going to go into crossfire of RN. What I think GB should do instead, because there are two mouses there, ignore the mouses. I don't know why GB has an affinity for mouses, so just go for big push instead there, trying to drive RN's forces out of the way. And yes, you have a mouse there, but that mouse can hold for a really long time. So this is what I would do instead. Can't really put shots, and great shot to Berlin driving downwards, but could get into crossfire from RN with C being captured by GV because RN got B. RN will still have to hit the cap point advantage, and RN is now pushing the line. Okay, so now it's good to see that RN is pushing the line up a little bit. Oh, wrong color, which means it's going to be a horizontal straight line, but I'm a bit worried that they're not far apart from one another, but whether they can stay alive for long enough, that's another story. Interesting. I know a little bit. Our end is really playing aggressively here. With GB still with the hit point advantage, our end needs to get their shots in, and they need to get a focus fire as well. GB could line up for a push very soon, but Iron Brett is getting taken out now. GB will get really aggressive. Probably Kickshu could be in deep trouble, and No Diva has to get out of the way. But at the same time, we're seeing Oswald and the double house is looking for Berlin, looking to get. I mean, our end is really trying to get the tanks out of the fight, but at the same time, GV has made a big move to the seaside, trying to get tanks out of the way. And you can see here, RN is falling apart. There's one isolated tank here, a tank that is really low. Although RN has both A and B, let's see. There is one tank that is kind of AWOL. No. Not able, is kind of going rogue near B. They also need to take care of that, so I would say Oswald will need to take care of this and try to retain B. If RN can retain both A and B, then it's going to be their match. Get Berlin out of the fight, but with No Diva also dead, Berlin is. This is what exactly the Oswald did. This is a good move here. But Alpha needs to try and get Berlin out of the way and see if RN's able to get these tanks out of the way. Still alive. The mouses cannot afford to bounce, but it's going to be the case. Off meeting is now dead. Has killed off Berlin. Monaco driving into B, into A, potentially trying to get a cap stop on A as well. But B will be getting the attention from RN. Nubbage almost stole B here, with Oswald looking to get Nubbage out of the way. Off meeting 0 people now dead. They put points still neck and neck here. The cap points is stopped by GV. They will need Nubbage out of the fight. Oswald will be looking to get that tank out of the way. Alpha is now dead, so it's now 3 versus 5. The hit points. It's actually really close, but GV is pretty much RN. Not sure if this. I don't think they defended terribly there. It's just GB being very clinical and very decisive over to this push, and also they also got A and C in the end, which is going to be really important. The cap points are so close, and because of that, they have the the hit point advantage. So I can say GB in the end did a good job with that rotation, and RN's unable to. I mean, if they want to ignore C, I would say potentially it might be a better idea to not push the line up, but rather get the line backwards so that they will be closer to one another, and that would drive a longer distance for GB to push onto the tanks. So this is probably what I would do for would say to RN, probably to push the line backwards instead of forwards, so GB would not kill the tanks on the hillside so quickly. In huge favor of GB, and also they got 2 caps as well. Professor's now dead. RN's really struggling to hold, but there is still a chance for RN. Very slim chance here. They just need to get the tanks out of the way and hope that they can stay alive. And Oswald should have gone for Monaco instead of Tokyo, because Tokyo has a lot more hit points, and Oswald still has more hit points before he's getting absolutely shot at. So I would definitely go for Monaco, and if that's the case, actually RN could snatch it from the death. I think RN could snatch it from the death. They killed off Monaco, obviously, but no, it's not the case. Oswald drive around circle, because Oswald went for Tokyo and went into the crossfire of Ho Chi Minh and Barcelona. So I think this move from Oswald kind of lost the game for RN, although the world might not survive for long as well. Tokyo on a draw reload too. Tokyo, but I think that would not be a good idea, and Oswald's now killed. GB, with Oswald killed, the world one shot. GB will get this win. So I'm just going back a bit to further my point about RN should push the line backwards instead of forward. So I think we'll just go back to here, back when GB was about to make a push, and maybe I could have a better angle. Yes, this is a good angle. So you see one tank here and 3 tanks here. So they're now pushing the line very far forward. The bouncers have got both A and B, so that's really good. And then try to get Berlin out of the way. The problem is, RN it has a huge numerical disadvantage on the hillside. So what I would do instead, maybe I should get the strat sketch up actually. Instead I would put okay, let me just get the strat sketch for now. Let me get Middleburg up. Middleburg, where are you? I'm just going to create breathing. Middleburg. All right, so let's actually recreate the situation here of RN. We are seeing heavy tanks positioned in these positions. So let me just put the red tanks. Yep. There is a mouse. There are 2 mouses and a Vickers light near the city. If it's the exact thing I'm seeing right now, yes. And what GB has here, I'm just going to increase the quality so I can see better about the bottom left hand corner. So they have the mouses. Let's see if I can get this screen up. Oh, yes, I got a screen up. So as for GB, they have a mouse around this area and a mouse near here, and they have an M60 here and a couple more tanks which I have to see from below. Maybe I'll get a better angle. Yes, this is a good angle. This is a brilliant angle to what we are going to be analyzing further. Okay, that is exactly what's going on. So, this is a case. We have I'm just going to we have this cap being captured by RN, which let me just delete this for now. We have this captured by RN, this captured by RN as well, and this is captured by GV. So GV has the numerical advantage here. All they need to do is to make a push like this to take out these tanks. So they will want to take out, they want to delete this tank, and then this tank, and then maybe we'll get out this tank as well. So this is probably the order from exactly the order for GV. The problem, so this is the problem here. There are 4 tanks that are a bit not close to one another, actually prone to crossfire, and it's not the case that it's a stratified setup. I mean, potentially you can get you can kind of regroup and try go into this position and potentially try to hold on like that, but you don't want to do that. Because you got the cap lead of AB, and it seems that the Berlin is quite low, Monaco also quite low, so high chance that these 2 tanks will be taken out in quick succession. So what I think there is a T-22 somewhere. Oh yes, the T-22. Let me get a T-22. The T-22 is here. Yeah. So you see GV pretty much pushing in a horizontal straight line. So instead, what I would recommend for RN here, because they have both A and B, and it seems they're going to take control of to that area, I would rather have these tanks going backwards, and maybe this tank to go even backwards around here, and even this tank over to here instead. So what it means is that GV would need to go for a longer distance to take out these tanks, and maybe these tanks could even pull backwards to behind this area, so that essentially what RN is going to do is to hold a line here, and to also force GV to perhaps go out in the open like that. So that we can see these tanks are able to put cross shots in and to take out these tanks. And that it means that GV will have a harder time to take the win, and also RN has the cap lead. So this, in my opinion, would work for RN better, in my opinion. So I would say, and they know that if they pull backwards, actually they will draw a longer distance. We saw that for the first game of RN on Newbay, and you saw those 50Bs coming from behind very quickly, and this same thing could happen here actually. Although they didn't do that in the end, they lost quite a lot of tanks. Had Oswald killed off Monaco in a T-22 instead, RN potentially could snatch the cap win, because at that point they have like 950 cap points, so they just need only 4 more seconds to go. So that mouse just need 4 more seconds to survive, and RN will snatch the win from GV. So yes. So all in all, I think RN, there are a couple of winnable moves they can make, but in the end they couldn't. And GV got it in the end. They got a good decisive push over to C, took out the tanks really quickly, and that was enough to give them the win. Despite and they also got A, which is very important indeed as well. And yes, I think GV did really well here. And I have to say, thank you all for watching the stream, and